School. He drives a Chevy Caprice, and he's a fat Caucasian white man, and he drives a 1980 Chevy Caprice, and I hate to say it, he looks like a child molester, and I keep seeing him driving around the school perimeter. And
around the school.
Yeah, the school perimeter from like where we live to where the middle school is.
That's terrible.
So, and I keep seeing him every morning and every dismissal. So it kind of makes me, and like the child molester, like looking vehicle.
Yeah, he needs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
he needs some help because people are making up stories about him while he's just driving around trying to do his thing.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Look, I wasn't gonna lie. I called the school and I said, "Look, there's this fat ball white guy."
So let's
I'm not even gonna lie.
So fat ball white guys are the
Yeah,
face
Josh,
of child molestation.
1980.
Or is R. Kelly the face of child molestation? That's a good
Look,
question.
anybody could be.
So it's whoever, right?
Jay just loves giving me.
No, I'm just asking questions. I want to roll, but you know, sometimes I don't.
No, but you know what though? You have like Yvette was just saying though. See something, say something. Like okay, say for instance, one of these kids walked home, and that fat bald white guy done picked up one of them kids in his Chevy Caprice, and they find him over at Spy Pond. Now I seen something, but I didn't say something.
Exactly.
Well, that's a sticky. I think that's kind of sticky.
And it was sticky
you know
for
what
me
it is?
to make the call.
Well, to make the call, right? Only thing I say why I would be against that is because there's no picture of like the face of the face of evil has no there's no picture no more like it used to have like you said, the fat old white guy balding, no kids in the car, like that could
that was the thing
that
too.
could be child molestation, but then also the bald-headed black guy with the beard and the glasses and the chains and the thing, that's like child molestation too,
I
right?
thought that was Mr. T.
No, because that's R. Kelly, right?
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
You know what
I'm saying? So that's two totally different guys. So like while we're looking at, this is my beef, right? It's like this. While we're looking at the fat, bald-headed, whatever, fat, nasty-looking white dude, it's the R. Kelly guy that's doing the molestation, and you're not looking at him. You know what I mean? So that just always makes it a little weird when you try to use people's appearances.
But then that could also go with, if we wanted, this could get flipped around into a million different ways. Just like we were just talking about the fat ball white guy, then we could also go and say, well, every time there's a blue man in a uniform, he's always stopping a young black man. So it's like...
So that's why I said appearances is kind of hard.
Yeah, and I was trying to find that word.
Right, it's hard to do it off appearances because you don't know by just looking at people like the prejudice, because that's what black people face, right? True. The same thing as you said, you wanted to the guy circled around, he didn't do anything. He just didn't like how he looked. And that's the same thing as you being black. As you being black, but you know that's your opinion, negative vibe. But
it just was a perimeter, like because I would drop my daughter off at school, and then I would be going home to come back to the house, and he would be coming around that same block. And it's like, what is he doing every morning, going around the block like that?
So I'm sure there's several people that be like, doing their thing. Like driving, right? But say like he was walking. Some people exercise, you know what I mean? You might see them running around, or some people do errands, or like...
He was exercising in his car?
Who knows? I mean, this is the thing. He could also be making runs, right? You don't know. He could be doing Uber Eats or whatever it is, just circling the block, getting... He could be doing Uber.
I think you just love because he got that smile on his face like you in a bus out laughing.
No. I'm just trying to bring it to light, because you know what? That's what happens to black people when they're trying to chill, and white people see you in the area and they're like, "What is he doing? He's black. He's like he got a hoodie on. He don't look right." But I'm like, what doesn't look right? Him being black with the hoodie, or because he's not doing anything wrong? You know what I mean? So the same thing as the white balding guy, like he's not doing anything wrong. So it's hard to point the finger at people by just like a visual. You know what I mean?
Well, but that's what I was saying before though. That's why I was torn between calling or not calling. But the thing was like I said, if I see something and then don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like You know what I'm saying? Like, what if something happened to somebody's kid and I'm like, damn, I didn't say nothing.
Right. Like, oh,
So
I
what do you
seen
think?
him already.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know really what to do.
Me neither.
How
I'm
did you,
always confused. I'm always confused. Like, yo,
don't
I'm
wanna jump
always
the gun on nothing.
absolutely like I see how I just brought that whole scenario up. I'm always confused because one thing I try to do is I try to treat people like how I want to be treated, but then at the end of the day, everybody ain't me. You know what I mean? So just because I know I ain't doing nothing, that don't mean that person ain't doing nothing. So when do you pull somebody's card? Like,
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
the time to pull somebody's card? Nobody. I mean, I guess you just gotta go on instinct. I'm really cool with pulling with 100% pulling cards all day long. Like, don't skip nobody.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? The problem with pulling cards is you can't like pick and
Select
choose.
which
Like
one you wanna
you can't be
pick.
selective.
Like
You
me.
gotta pull everybody's
Everybody's
card all day.
card.
Like every time you see somebody doing something like weird, you be like, yo, what you doing? What you doing? Like everybody though. The white dude, the black dude, just everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or you gotta fully mind your business all the way and don't say shit about nothing.
That's
That's
the
a
easy
dilemma.
way. That's
So that's the sucker's way out. Go ahead, Yvette. What's up? We got something going on?
Oh no!
No, I was
just
saying
telling
that's
her
the
get to-
easy way to
get
do
a
it.
mic.
Yeah,
to
yeah, Jono,
actually-
get on the mic, brother.
Oh, my
There you go.
To-
Take this man's mic.
To actually just not say nothing. That's the easy way out. To be like, let me act like I didn't see that.
Right.
But at the same time, Yvette was saying back in the day, everyone knew everyone.
Yep.
You know, the parents were connected. You see somebody else, they calling your mama like,
And I'm
yo,
gonna be-
why is he over here type stuff.
I'm gonna be honest too. Not saying that's not the easy way out. Not saying nothing. That's kind of like one of the hardest things for people to do, is not say something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so let's. You were trying to say something. No, take the mic.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't. I
Kid,
was
you got something to
basically
say?
like, it's hard to like judge, just like you said, just like seeing somebody out in the blue and you're just trying to stereotypically put somebody in a box where he looks like XYZ. Like, you definitely can't do that in 2019, and you should never be able to do that. You know what I mean? But how we were raised and how life is, people just do it off of the strength because.
But the problem is we trying to say when to do it though, because there is a
Right.
time that you gotta blow the whistle on people. So you see somebody looking sketchy.
Yeah.
But
That's
you're
what
trying to solve the crime like Minority Report, right? So you see somebody, you're like, oh my God, if I don't say something, something bad might happen. Do you say something?
But that's the whole thing. Usually, like, if it's something that's blatantly there and you know that somebody did something wrong, depending on the person's stature and how they are, they kind of get treated differently. It's a difference between if R. Kelly was all smelly and he went to McDonald's and worked at McDonald's for X, Y, Z years, he would have been in jail. He would have never got past a certain, like, he would have had to have been a hell of a, like those Jeffrey Dahmer type of people where they're just so into what they're doing that nobody's paying attention to them and they look normal. But if you peel everything back, you're like, damn, I didn't know you killed that many people. You know what I mean? R. Kelly, the kind of person where he was, like, his music's good and people, they put him on the pedestal. So if you put somebody up there, you're reluctant to kind of check somebody or put somebody in their place because you just feel a certain way. You're
It's
like,
kind of hard.
you don't-
And he hasn't been the only artist to do things.
Exactly.
Right, see, we're talking about artists. See, now we're talking about something else because it's different when you're talking about someone in the street.
Well, that's the whole thing. Not even necessarily just artists. These are like millions and billionaire people get caught up in stuff, and they
all
don't.
the time.
They never see half the stuff that we go, like the things that we do in the hood. The minor things. It goes on a record. It follows us throughout everything. You know what I mean? But if you got a certain amount of money. And your kid does something goofy in college and you got millions of dollars, you can get that expunged and nobody won't know. You know what I mean? That your kid was a rapist
but
or
we're still
whatever.
back to talking about trying to protect. We're trying to protect
No,
protect people, right?
I know you got to stop protecting people who you holding like Tyre. Like,
Oh, you said stop protecting those people.
Stop putting yourself in the position where you're protecting the R. Kellys and the Michael Jacksons of the world.
And you think that'll be like the trickle-down effect that would stop people from thinking that they can get away with doing things like that, like, you know, molesting, because people been molesting before I came around, like, you know what I'm saying? I heard about molesting, like, early, when I was, like, you know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, like, that's always been something in the air, like, people being touched, like, inappropriate, like, as far as
money,
children.
Too. It's not just money, it's any type of power. It's any type of power that you get. If somebody, if a kid respects you and they look up to you, they're not gonna question you because they don't know how to question. You know what I mean? They don't know how to. They don't know how to be like, is that wrong? Is that right?
So I think the answer to the original question is I don't. Well, what I was gonna try to say is I don't think you can attack the trying to get the molesters out of here is gonna be too much of a task for you because you're gonna get a lot of it wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to look stupid for saying like somebody is, and then they say they don't. Now the next person is gonna be like, oh, you're accusing, and it gets. So what you gotta. What I'm saying is you gotta. The only way to really save them is you have to have a relationship with children from the jump. Like they gotta be told. Like he just brought up a big thing. Like kids are so impressionable that they look up to people. So someone with like some power can take an advantage of a kid. A kid should never look up to somebody and give them that type of power to take advantage of them over their parents. Number one, like if it's your parents, then you shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying? If your mother or your father is abusing, you know what I mean? But anybody outside of your mother and your father, it's up to the parents to like really not have your children looking up to like false like idols. You know what I mean?
That's nice, Jay. That's a real nice segue as far as we're talking about how do we keep our community safe, how do we share that information, how are people receptive of this information, right? But in the big picture, it's all about that communication with our young people, our children. Because for me, seeing that car driving around, I think I would go into the school. Because I feel, you know, as a mom, knowing that I want to make sure I say something just in case somebody else has been saying something, and now the teachers can say, you know what? Wow, you're about the fourth parent.
Well, and that's what I said. I didn't say it like, hey, yo, you got some fat white guy with a Chevy Caprice come around, you know. No, it was like more or less, look, I'm seeing this car always around dismissal and always around arrival.
And never getting the kid.
And
no kid
there's no kid.
Yeah.
This is what he looks like. This is what his car. It's suspicious. I don't want to say that he is or isn't, but it don't look right. Maybe y'all should keep a lookout.
Yeah. Well, I think really too. The next thing too is back to policing ourselves, policing our own community. It's one thing to go tell the police. You know what I mean? Because then it turns into some kind of like this. It could be litigation. It's it's legal. They people have rights or no rights. But what we really have to do is we should be able to call, like, say me. Say I have Dorchester and me, Keet, Jono. You know what I'm saying? We got like our two-way little radios, and we could call like a 4-man drop squad to go like run down on dude and just piece to Henry Parker out there and we could run down on dude. I think that's better than calling the police, but that's more like you get what I'm saying? Like we need like if someone bothered you, like vigilante. Yep, that's what I'm. No, not like it. Yes, vigilante. Like more like if someone bothered you, you didn't dial 911 first, and you didn't run into the police office first. You went home and you got somebody first, right? We gotta go like home and get some. We should be able to get some people because I think that is the biggest deterrent. When people think they're gonna get their ass kicked, like for real, the vibes be so cool. You know what I'm saying? Why the vibes is so crazy nowadays? Because people don't be getting their ass kicked. So everybody be all over the place talking crazy, saying crazy, just doing whatever. But back when somebody would like press up, you get choked
And you throw the
or you
ones,
get smacked in public, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. The vibes was more
But
like
see, then,
genuine.
Then that's when bitches came along. Oops, excuse me. But those people came along and, you know, they started calling, you know, the police and, you know, like, self-policing became a thing of the past after, like, the late 90s because...
What?
Self-policing, the community, became a thing of the past because then we got this new thing called snitches. And, old thing, but like, in other words, for instance, like, back in the day when things would happen and we in the neighborhood would handle it how it needed... We felt as if it needed to be how...
I think we got to get back to that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yes. Because I think that it was more effective that way.
Oh, it's definitely more effective.
And I think more unity, like, you know, like, back in the day when I was growing up, I grew up in Cambridge, we used to have, like, you know, the neighborhood cookouts and stuff. Oh. And that's a lot how the families get to know each other and, you know, watching out for each other's kids and making sure that they're safe, or if they see something they thought it was kind of funny, you know, or, you know, or somebody messed around somebody's kid or whatever.
You know who's there and why they're there and all that.
Like,
and nowadays people don't care.
Well, police can't be the only sign of strength. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like at the last, when you want to show a sign of force in a community, as far as like, you know, someone correcting somebody,
right?
You know, you call the police as the ultimate sign of
desperation.
Like, that's like the ultimate sign. But it gotta not be. We're going to people who don't really rock with us like that. You know what I mean?
Nah,
we're gonna get it a little twisted.
I know what you mean.
So we gotta have like in it, but then the problem is it's so little stand up.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Males, and I say males just for the strength part, just for the strength part. There's nothing else but just the strength
parents in general. Just somebody who's you're able to know, like, inside the household, holding it down.
Because the fathers were gone, so then we were able to like lean on the uncles. But then they got the uncles out of here too. Mm-hmm. So they got the fathers and the uncles out of here. So now it's all brothers and cousins that's left here, you know what I'm saying, to fend for ourselves. But we gotta start looking down and coming together and helping out.
Something I was thinking, I think it was New York had, I don't know what it was called, like guardian angels or something. Like just people who basically rode the trains, whatever, walked the streets, you know.
Making sure people were safe.
Yeah.
It'd be nice that if we had a community.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Like that.
Wouldn't it be really nice if we had like a number to call where, no, sir, you know what I'm saying? Where some brothers, like somebody would pick up the phone and you'd be like, yo, you know, there's a guy that's going around here. Can you just send a couple of brothers out here just to like look around, just to peep it, and just to maybe even step to dude and just ask him a question real quick? Because it's not, you know, you can ask me anything. When I'm not doing it, if I'm not doing nothing wrong, you can ask me anything.
Exactly.
That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Here?
Like, hey, what you doing? And I'll be like, oh, you know, or I'll hit you with some aggression or whatever it is.
Exactly.
But we'll get to the root. We'll get to the root of the problem easy. But we don't have that. It's the same way as like we need just black everything. We need black everything. We just need black everything because that's the only. You know what I'm saying? Just like Uber. Like Uber's dope, right? I just took my first Uber.
Really?
The other day, you know what I'm saying?
My first Uber
I did, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's environmentally safe too.
Yo, that's just dope. Uber's dope, right? Chilling. But then it made me be like, damn, we need like black Uber. Not that you put a color on everything, but there's like a lifestyle and a culture of the way that we like move. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to keep it all to myself, but I'm like, nah, I throw it out in the air. But I'm like, yo, where's the black people that's coming up with an app? Because we can do that. What they're doing.
Well, they had the Black Pages, which was all African American owned businesses. It was like a phone book.
Yeah.
And
because you would need the app. Like all Uber is an app, and it's like hooked up to like Google Maps. So however you know the navigation part of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if we had like our own You know,
Well,
because
if you think
that ain't nothing but a car
Uber
service.
blacks.
Yeah, it ain't
You
nothing.
should not put. This is a good idea. You might want to.
I was gonna do that, but I was like, you know what? Let me throw it out there because I would rather ride in it. I don't want to take 10 years to get it off top when somebody might be younger than me. Someone might be 22, 21 years old. Somebody might be 17 seeing this and being like, oh, Black Uber. Because I was thinking the other day, my Uber driver, he was mad cool. He was an Asian dude. Car was cool, you know, the drive was real cool, and I was like, damn, the only thing that can make this crazy is if I could blaze up in here real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing like
bump it, you know,
well, you know, like you
you
ordered a certain music, you know, when he pulls up, it got like a certain music playing. These are all the things I'm saying that, you know, we could do. I wouldn't give this to someone else, but I was like, that's our code. It's like the way we move. It's not to be exploited, but it is the way we move. Like we like a certain type of music bumping in the whip.
There's a certain
and some
feel.
people like, and look at some of my friends, like they like smoking Newports. Some of my friends, they like smoking weed. That's your personal vehicle. They're making weed legal. They got vaping pens. They got all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of all that. But then I'm like, the first thing this has to be, though, it has to be black owned, though. You know what I mean? And how do you make that? You know, that's what I keep bringing everything back to. It's like, I think everything will be all right as long as we just start taking care of ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to call. When you saw that dude, we should have been, after you give the heads up to the school that there was a guy circling the school and whatever, you should be able to give heads up to like whatever that the brother
dudes
connection.
in the neighborhood.
Dudes, that's what it's called. Dudes in the neighborhood. D-I-T-N.
Dudes in the hood.
Yeah, dudes
in the hood.
Yo.
Death.
Exactly.
Death. Called the Death Boys. Dudes in the hood. And they're gonna, like, dudes in the hood. Like, some dudes are gonna come. Because I've never been nervous about police. I've been nervous about dudes, though. Like, a whole bunch of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, shit.
Like,
It's a bunch of dudes.
like,
I say a
wake
bunch
up.
of police. I don't ever be, like, fully, fuck these, because I know they're not like that. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of police, like a lot of, what you call it, state jobs, union jobs, like
Government.
government jobs.
Yeah.
They're not the smartest people.
People just get.
They're
They
not the
know
strong-
someone who knows
yeah,
somebody
they're not
who
the
knows
strong-
somebody else.
They're not the
They get
strongest
passed
people.
on,
They're
yeah.
not the smartest people.
Yeah.
They're not the most people with the most heart. They're kind of like the bottom. You know,
Right.
they gotta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, are those the type of people that you want to go to when there's action? Like, if there's an issue, are you trying to go to the person who's like not that
Not at all.
intelligent,
Take care
not
of the
that hard?
situation.
Yeah, don't got the type of cognitive skills to like decipher what's going on, like those comprehensive
That's
skills.
what's
They're
honestly
bad
going
people
on.
person.
That's what's going on. Like, people are just seeing stuff and they're just misreading and misjudging it. Some people are going overboard with stuff. I mean, the thing that happened in New Zealand, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shooting
it
up the mosque.
The mosque,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But the way he did it on some old, he had body camera and he wanted to be, he wanted
Famous?
people to see that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
people want to see stuff like that and carnage and people being hurt. Like, I kind of like, I shun that, you know what I mean? Because that's real, like, that's like the devil's work, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what? But at the same time, though, man, I be that's the same thing as that whatever that live show is. We be watching people get like backed over by cars and hit by, you know, it's on the internet. Y'all never watched that?
No.
You know, you watch. You put me onto it. You talking shit. You
No,
put
but
me
that's
onto
what
that.
I'm saying.
What's the name of that show? That station?
live leak.
Live Leak.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
and you're watching
people-
people die like in your face. You know how desensitized that will
Yeah.
make people.
Yeah.
Like when we was growing up, they had Faces of Death, right? I'm dating myself, right? But it was Faces of Death back in when VCRs was out and shit, right? The internet wasn't out,
Right.
and I never seen nobody die. I'd never seen nobody die like in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until the shit happened in real life. You know what I'm saying? In real life. And then, like, it was years later until I kind of really seen that on television. Like, I was able to click on some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when we was growing up, like, cartoons, right? You never seen nobody get, like, they were doing a lot of shooting. Nobody got touched though. Nobody ever get popped. There was a lot of things, whatever. Nobody ever died. Like Optimus Prime was like the first person to ever like die, or one of those dudes was like the first person to die. And I remember like this shit was a landmark thing of where we was going with society, because cartoons never died until that point. And then oh shit, a cartoon just died. Now let's keep it going. You start seeing multiple people dying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, G.I. Joe took it, and you start seeing, you know what I'm saying? And then you fast forward, now you go into the sitcoms and all of that stuff. You've never seen none of them die either. Like, James from Good Times died. They killed him off, you know what I'm saying? There's some violence. But, like, it was rare that you've seen people like that. But now when you've seen that, the media is, you know, dying and getting killed is, like, the norm. Like, as far as once you see it in cartoons,
we're desensitized.
It's on. You know what I'm saying? I remember there was a cartoon back in the days, and I was like, you know, something happened, you know what I mean? And it was like mad traumatized. Like, my little cousin was all like traumatized, crying, you know what I'm saying? We never seen death in our face. Now you see death all the time. So the way, why wouldn't somebody put on some body cameras and some, you know, get some guns and film it, because it's part of life. Like, if you've been living, especially if you're like 20 years old, the past 20 years, that's all you've seen is death and destruction.
Yeah, funny
on
you say
TV.
that, because I have a son who's gonna be 20 in June, and
shout out to Rizzy Rocket too. We was just talking about him in the car, but go ahead. Sorry. No.
And my son, you know, when you talk about certain things, when it comes to, like, you know, dying or death, or if I say, oh, so-and-so, you know, died or passed on, whatever, it's just like, you know, if I had heard maybe an uncle or an aunt of mine die, I'm going to be upset.
Like,
but like, you know, that little pain in your heart. But, you know, and then, you know, I tell my son maybe certain things, or even my daughter who's 13, and it just seems like...
Something like that cold.
My
like,
daughter's 8.
like they're decent.
Oh shit.
Desensitized.
Yeah, but my daughter's 8. And I seen some little, they sent like some little joint home from school, you know, you do the little fortune teller jump offs where, you know, you open it up.
Oh yeah, I used to love those things.
Yeah, you pick one and whatever, and I was like, all right, word. And then so they sent it home like a text. It was like, yo, can you talk to her about it right now? And first of all, this is like my daughter. I'm with her all the time. Like, she's like me, you know what I'm saying? She's mad cool. She's laid back. No, she's cool. She's funny, you know, but she's cerebral, you know what I'm saying? She always be thinking. So I was like, oh, you know, I get a chance to see, like, what's on her mind, you know what I'm saying? Because they finally sending something home from school. And the first choice was, and I, you know, this ain't to, I'm not trying to embarrass her or nothing if she ever see this or anybody. It ain't no, you know, but it is what it is. I think it's a teaching moment, right? The first choice was, I love you. Right? Which already, like, my heart was in my sneakers, right? Because I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, was she in school, who she telling I love you to in school, you know what I mean? That's already too much. And then the next choice was like, you're going to have a really bad lunch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which was, I was like, that's cool. You know, you're sticking it to somebody, you know, you try to diss somebody a little bit. The next choice was, it said something like, you die now. I was like, oh, shit.
It's like,
You die now. It's
I was like, why they send this home? You know what I'm saying? I'm all looking through the thing, and I'm like, what did they do?
You die
And I looked, I was like, oh, damn. You die. I was like, yo, it went from I love you to the next choice was you die now.
It went from I love you to you're going to have a real shitty lunch to you die now.
You know what I'm saying?
right now.
Could you be dying from the food at
I don't
lunch?
know, you know, maybe she has some people whatever too, so I can feel that, because I know how she moved to. It was probably a progression type thing.
Well,
to
you
it.
know, my daughter's 13.
That's a lot, though,
and
right? Talking about death and
well,
life.
it's funny. I'm gonna kind of bring something up to that extent almost. They actually just had their suicide prevention and awareness week not too long ago at the schools, and what they did was they did a survey, and I guess there's like there's 7 questions, and if the kids answer yes to I think 3 or more questions, then they basically your parents get a phone call, and not to embarrass my own daughter, but you know, like, she had, basically filled out 4 out of the 7 questions. And, then they put, it said, other, tell us, like, what your feelings are. My daughter's a lot like me, and she's very animated, and she just doesn't give a crap what she says. But she just said, school sucks, and it makes me want to cut. But she was saying...
Gotcha.
And...
It threw me off, yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to cut my...
Yeah, it makes me want to cut. So, so they read...
Alarm.
School, school sucks, so she hates school, and it makes her want to cut. So they're thinking that she's cutting herself when she gets home, like, from school with knives and stuff down her arm.
Well, cut somebody, get somebody $150 across the face.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way,
You said she is like you, right?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I thought you were bringing up the time about me with the knife at the.
Yeah, that's what I was, but.
No, I didn't know it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing violent. They just needed somebody to cut the cake, and nobody had a knife, so I pulled up my doink and I said, "Here's a knife." That's all.
Anytime you hear this is a learning lesson right here. Anytime you hear somebody refer to a knife as a doink, just you know exactly what's going on. Hey, so I don't know. We had a good conversation about that. I don't think but at the end of the day, I think we just really gotta put our time, effort, and energy into letting these kids know that they got somebody. They got somebody in their corner, not these strangers. Like you be having strangers raising your kids. Cause I remember, I as a boy, single mom. You look up to your mom. I looked up to my mom. My mom's a gangster, you know what I mean? So I really didn't have to do nothing ever, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like Pat's son, you know what I mean? So I kind of got over with a lot of stuff. I didn't really have to prove myself in a lot of situations. Yeah. But when I did get a chance to start going outside, like you can't really... one thing you can't do is be coming and getting your mom. Once you get to a certain age, like when you get double digits in age, like... You can come get your mom, like, when you're 7, when you're 8, when you're 9, like, little things going on in the neighborhood. Yeah. But once you get over like that, you can't come get your mom, right? But if you're in a house and that's all you got, who do you look up to? Who do you go get next? You know what I'm saying? As far as a authority figure, like a person older than you, you know what I'm saying? Because all you have is your peers that are right, to the right and left of you. So I say that to say you do start idolizing people outside of your home that are older than you. Quick, you start idolizing the older boys in your hood, or just anybody. Even like, but look at teachers. You can look up to teachers. Which used to be a type of thing, right? But it's easier to look up to someone who looks like you and who's from your area. You know what I'm saying? And rarely do you have black male teachers. You know what I mean? There's a lot more female teachers, you know what I mean?
My son, my children are biracial. And my son, I noticed that he went to the first he went to the Tobin School in Cambridge. Right. And then we have put him in the Benjamin Banneker School in Cambridge as well. And I'll tell you, I noticed that there was a lot of black male teachers there. And my son had a lot of problems in the public schools, and when he went to the charter schools and there were those black male role models, I saw a change in him, because it was like, and the principal was also a black male. And I can tell you, I saw such a big change from the public school to the charter school, but also because of the male the male staff.
It means so much. And what's funny is that's where my daughter goes right now, and I know what you're talking about because that's what's in there. Like, it's a whole bunch of black males. Shout out to Mr. Sterling.
Mr. Sterling,
he holding it down. Like,
and Mr. Davis.
She loves that dude, right? And I can tell why she loves him, because he reminds me. He reminds me of like me. Like, he's just a black dude, cool, listening,
nice
talking,
guy.
Just being regular.
Yeah.
You don't get to see that type of thing out. He's not, yelling, swearing, just like whatever. Yeah. He's in his box. He's in his zone. He's being cool. He's funny. He's approachable. Yes, he could do all of that stuff.
And he'll tell you all about your kid's day. Mm-hmm. Like, And he's very personable, like, and he watches everybody's children, and he knows what they did for the whole day, what they didn't do for the whole day. He'll give you a whole rundown report.
Right, and also yeah, and they got like all. I mean, and I didn't really do my full research on that thing because they got in there. Her mom's from Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? So and her brothers went there, so she was like grandfathered into the system. So I didn't really, it wasn't like I did school shopping. It wasn't like I was like, let me see where, like, nah, she just happened to luck up into that system. But when she's there, like, I feel bad for anybody who's in a system that's not like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, especially if you're like a little brown child, you know what I mean? It makes a big difference when you see brown people of, you know, that you can look up to and be, you know, approach and talk and, you know, just have someone to like, you know, whatever. Like, you know, I was coming around the way. I went to the Mather in Dorchester, you know what I'm saying? When I was, you know, in before elementary, right? And I do remember that. I don't remember really going there like that. I just know I went, you know what I mean? Because then I went to the Murphy for elementary school, right? But I drove by the Mather's on Bowdoin Street. It's like on Bowdoin and whatever, like this side cut, Adam Street, whatever. Mm-hmm. I was coming around the corner, school's letting out, man. And it's like all these beautiful, you know what I'm saying, brown little children coming out. And nothing but young white teachers coming out, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's something like, you know, it's hard to look up to people who you don't relate to fully like that, you know what I mean? And that also kind of made me a little weirded out because it's like, look at these people like telling my little black babies what to do, and then they grow up just thinking that that's an authority figure, like anybody tall and white can tell me what to do, because people's out here right like that right now, like shell-shocked. Like if somebody tall and white walked in here wearing a suit, like, I don't want to say us because we all cool in here, but I would say like if we had more, say we had 10 more people in here, half the room would be shook to death because of the perception that we've been given that white people with suits are the authority.
So let's go back.
Way back?
Not that many stories.
All right.
Let's just go back to...
shout out to DB's on the check-in, my guy.
This last story.
Rizzy Rose on the check-in too, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just giving shout-outs to everybody on the check-in. I didn't know we had so many cool people checking me out on my stream. Yeah, what's the word?
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Let's put you on there. Go ahead, Yvette.
So as we...
Somebody will see you, right, in the street and think that you won't give them their hands. You see how perception is crazy? But like, I know Yvette.
I know.
See how she's all nice and she brings us up here and she does all of this. But like, I've seen her like just walking down the street a couple of times and some like weird little instances happen. And it felt like she was about to start like choking somebody out in the street. So perception
Yvette will be like, excuse me, but I'm going to throw thy hands at you.
Yeah, and it'll get
Right.
real and crazy real quick, you know what I'm saying? So that's another, I just wanted to throw that out there as far as like the perception
I get it.
conversation we was having.
And that's the worst thing you can do, actually.
Is sleep
Believe it or
on
not.
somebody, yeah.
Don't ever judge a book by its
their
cover,
cover.
because they can lay you out.
So that was the thing
Don't
when I came
do
in.
it.
When I came in, the fat white guy, we're judging him by his cover.
Look it.
Maybe
It was
he
a
just-
Chevy Caprice too, man. It was a
And the
Chevy
content,
Caprice,
you're right.
man.
Now it's the Caprice. Now you're right. Now you're right.
It was a 1980s Chevy
Take down,
Caprice.
next time you see him, take down his license plate, because yeah, we need to fuck him up. Chevy Caprice. Yeah, looking around here. We got a musical guest on tonight, right?
I know, but I want to go back to that topic.
Let's go.
What, the Chevy Caprice?
No. So as we were talking about the Benjamin Banneker School, right? Benjamin Banneker School and the charter schools, just in teachers in general, I think we need to think about how we started the conversation about how do we help within our communities, because we're not going to get those young men in our schools if we can't keep them alive and keep them out of jail.
It's a volunteering thing, man.
Well,
the men have to step up and volunteer.
Who has to step up and volunteer?
The men in the community.
Well, no, I mean, I think a lot of things that you talk about, Jay, as far as being involved in in local government, getting out there, doing something.
Because one thing I could say is the women be ready. The women be ready.
I mean,
in our neighborhood, the women be ready.
But also, I think men are ready. But for me, and because I have these 22-year-old twins, a boy and a girl, so I'm always thinking about them. But I think the men have so many other issues that they have to deal with every day.
Absolutely.
And when I walk out of my house, am I gonna be able to come home today?
Absolutely.
Is some crazy stuff gonna happen? If I wear my suit
Yep.
or my baggy pants,
Yep.
is somebody gonna stop me? Is somebody gonna think I'm a weird old pervert just because I'm walking by the school every day, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
real talk.
but
Yeah.
I mean, all of those little things.
Yeah.
I'm the white guy who's walking around, or the other guy. Not even going to say the white guy, but that weird old guy.
Because he could be the
who's
one
driving
patrolling.
around.
He could be the one patrolling.
security
The one-
guard.
yeah,
but-
exactly. He could be the security.
But I'm just saying, for the black man, the man of color. It's like all of these things, the men of color from our community, they have so many other things to kind of worry about that we really have to find ways to support them and help get them there. They are coming out of college. They are at college. So how do we, we know what's out there, but I really would like to talk about, some kind of thoughts we may have, some kind of suggestions that we may have that we can toss around. We said a lot of good things today.
I mean, not for nothing. I have, my son is, his father is not around. So I basically raised a young black man on my own.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a marathon.
It don't end.
It's a worry fest.
Yes, it is. It is. And I think you remember last time I was on the show, we had talked about all the, arraignments my son had racked up and everything. Now he has friends that, of all colors, not just him being a young black man, all colors of friends. And, one thing I did was because of the I hate to say it, it's not even just about the fathers not being around anymore. It's about the mothers, too. And what I decided to do for me, and in my way of paying it forward, is, being there for these kids that, even if they do have family that they can talk to, I want to be able to be that sounding board that they can come and talk to and say, hey, because a lot of them refer to me as Ma. Hey, Ma. I'm going through this, or, hey, Ma, I'm thinking about doing this, or, hey, Ma, I need advice on this, or, what should I do about this? How should I handle this? That's what I kind of do.
So I think that's kind of what I was saying. Instead of them having to you have to volunteer. If you're not approachable, they don't have anybody to go to. So to stop them from taking advice from the
bad
R. Kelly types, you have to have them comfortable with taking your advice, and you have to be approachable. You have to be approachable to these kids, and then and
how
plus
does that happen, Jay?
You gotta make it.
Give us some suggestions on how that could happen.
Well, I just make myself approachable.
Okay.
Like,
how do you do that? What do you do?
Like, I make it so I look and I pay attention. You know what I'm saying? When you see one thing about, once you get past 21 or whatever, you know what it is to be a kid. All those weird feelings from when you're 16 and under. You have the weirdest feelings from the time when you're 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Your heart be, you know what I'm saying? You be feeling weird, just all these, and you need a lot of, you need confidence builders and stuff like that. So when I see kids, when you see children, you got to build their confidence. You know what I'm saying?
You got to talk to them, not at them.
Yeah, you have to actively go out of your way to build their confidence, just like you go out of your way to say hello, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. In that same conversation that you have, you can also, when you say, hey, how you doing? They say, yeah, you be like, oh, look at you. You're with your strong, whatever you call them, strong, or you're smart, or I see, you know, because one thing we know how to do too is gas. We know how to gas, you know what I'm saying? Black people, we invented the gas, you know what I'm saying? Gas these kids up, like they need to be gassed, like the full gas, like the jumping bell. Oh, look at, you know what I'm saying? Every time you see them come out, like, oh, you know, and if you see something that's a little off, you know what I'm saying? You go down, you help them out, and you just make it so like they feel
normal. That is okay.
Normal, open to reach out and like whatever, man. You know what I'm saying?
So they know they got an extra eye looking out for them.
Right. Hey, shout out to Tasha D. She just dropped a single. Listen, World. That's my homie. She just hit us up. She's on the check-in. You know what I mean? Did I check? Did I say? Did I miss anybody else? I got some real thorough ass people checking in. Shout out to Hector Solano.
So
I am not actually going back to everybody that's checking into my live,
but
everybody checking into my live.
My guy Boy Slayman was in the mix.
Okay,
you know
so I'm getting ready to take it over right now.
What? Shout out to Wally Sparks.
Hey!
Yeah, definitely Wally.
What's up, Wally?
Watching.
Hey Wally, don't ever let him think that I didn't suggest for you to have the job up here too. That was me. That said go get Wally. Right?
So it's 5:26. And I know we have a musical guest here in the studio, and but I just want to kind of run over some of these topics that we mentioned tonight. Then I want everyone to talk about some of the upcoming events. We'll have some topics for next time, but also thanks to MStylez for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
And you know,
not just for today, right? It's for everyone.
Not just for today, but she'll be roaming on the various weekends, just kind of get acclimated with the other hosts. But she definitely will be around.
I'll be
especially
around
up until Hip Hop Festival time.
Yep, Hip Hop Festival is gonna be coming up September 7th.
September 7th, right here in
2019. I will be performing. Let me just give some quick plugs real quick. 420 Coast to Coast, I'm going to be performing, and 324 will be filming Bean Girl Vibe. Uh-oh. So everybody come down to Social Sundays at night around 9 o'clock.
Where's that at again? What's the address?
It's at Antane, 31 India Street on the 24th.
Of April?
April.
Right.
I mean, not April. March.
Yep.
So not this Sunday, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
At Antane, 9 o'clock. 31 India Street. We're going to be doing the night scene filming for Bean Girl Vibe. So anybody and everybody come on down and show some love.
Are we going to play Bean Girl Vibe today?
I have it on a flash drive.
We don't have it on it's not on the internet?
So
it's not available on the internet?
It actually on SoundCloud it is, yeah.
Oh, it's on SoundCloud.
I didn't even know my thing was draining.
So just a couple of things. We talked about R. Kelly. We talked about how to communicate with our children. I think one of the best things that we came up with is making sure that we communicate with our young people. Make sure that we're their parents, we're their guardians, versus having the police or the individuals that are not safe. We talked about how do we get a person or individuals in place that maybe can help us, something like guardian angels. You know, I think about...
It sounds funny, but like that is really where we need to be. Like,
right.
Not no corny way, and I'm not saying ride the subways with berets on our head.
Right.
Or we need like certain things, but like it's like just a community, like connection. Like that's what I'm saying. A lot of these men, you know, it's hard for us to have a fellowship because there's really no neutral ground for us to meet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if we had like more neutral places for the people of the community to like really get together and kind of like, you know, talk, I think we would get more done. But because we don't have those places to fellowship, like we don't meet each other. Because I'm a cool person, I would like to hook up with other
cool
people.
What about this, Jay? I mean, that could be something that, you know, that maybe you find a way to promote, and then we start trying to create that. You know, because definitely, if, you know, we think about what just happened with Jassy.
Dudes in the hood.
You know, if people were outside the club, would
Dudes
someone have... noticed something and said, yo man, this doesn't look right. So,
Right.
and if we think about it, you know, the Black Panthers used to do different things like that. And when we talk about that, I want to throw this out. We are trying to create a PSA for sickle cell. Young lady that does the show here, Lisa Wurd, she's gone into heart failure, and she's one of the oldest people living with sickle cell, just at the age of, you know, in her early 50s. So we are really trying to put some thoughts together to create a sickle cell PSA. Okay. So yes, so she's on the show spreading love and knowledge.
Get well.
Yes. So all of that, Jay threw out a great thought about a Uber app. So Jay, I mean, we could do that instead of the ghost cars, right? But an Uber app sounds like a great thing. Even getting with these young kids that are doing some
Yeah, what's a
coding.
ghost car?
Yeah, a ghost cab.
Oh.
Okay. And then Nicole mentioned, MStylez mentioned the Black pages. That's something to think about. And we did even make it to the college scandals when you all are talking about money. Look at that. Millions of dollars to get their kids in college, right?
Yeah,
and we're talking about our male teachers, right? And
that's another thing. You know, you gotta watch, see how now this scandal should open your eyes. This goes back to my old adage, right? Don't judge. The same thing, back to judging a book by its cover, right?
Yeah.
And the perception of people, just because someone walks in with a doctor's overcoat on and they got a stethoscope, you know what I'm saying? And they work for a hospital, that don't mean they know shit about operations. Like, people be cheating every day, B. Like, people get sent through school every day. So you gotta check everyone's word for what it is. Like, because someone's a doctor, like, you don't think you can pass school with D's and C's?
Really though.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think you could be like, you know, you don't think people have people doing their homework? Like, nothing, the game don't change. It's all still the same. How you get through college. People have people doing their papers. People have people doing their homework. Now, look at you. See, people have people paying money to get people into these places. But these are the people that you're going to respect their opinion when they come out and they got like a couple of letters behind their name because they got a PhD or whatever. How'd you even get into that college? You know what I'm saying?
Because my parents got me into the college. I mean, the one daughter was saying, I didn't even want to go. And then she blew the news on her father.
That's correct.
And said, oh, he took his money that he got for college tuition and he used it to start his business.
I listen only to people.
Right? I mean, but they've been doing it.
Wow.
Right? They've been doing it.
You only listen.
I just want to say this, Jay. I'm sorry, but you know, there's a lot of things happening this weekend. You guys got an event going. It's 5:33. Y'all need to play some music. You need to say your event. I mentioned it to MStylez, so I don't know if you got to talk to her. But there's also an event going on, and Charles on the Square on the Mosleys tonight. Tonight, the My People gathering is happening from 8:30 until 1 o'clock. So tickets are available at the event. Jay Spriggs has an event going on tonight.
I do have an event tonight. I do.
You do?
Yep.
I
Yeah, we got a showcase going on. I'm trying to with my man Alski. We were doing the NSP reunion for any of my peoples that know about that, the old school DYC reunion, Dorchester collaborative jump off. So it's over here. It's at this spot called Studio TV, which I really didn't know about that spot till I went, and it's dope because it's in the cut, but it's down Dudley. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we was like trying to keep it a secret because like, you know, whatever. But at this point, I mean, you know, people are going to do what they're going to do. And I'm not that type of person like, yo, you don't want to put everybody on to the spot because, yo, trust me, anything I do, I already know somebody's going to come right behind me and try to do the same shit I already did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. And to be honest, I don't care, yo. Like, because you're not me. You're not going to do it like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to whatever. So let me get out of my own feelings real quick. But it's at 195 Dudley Street tonight, the reunion. Hit me up if you got my number or if you see me on Facebook. I got some performance coming through, too. My man, Keet Kolbang is going to perform. Beanstalk is going to come through also. Damn, what's my man's name? Definitely, oh my God, Ray Diamond.
Oh, Ray Diamonds?
Ray Diamond. Yep. He's a singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come through. I hollered at my homegirl, Fame Jackson too. She's gonna perform in the cut, and also there's a few other people. I forget my man DJ 617, Mr. Bostic. Whatever the name of his group is, but they're dope. They're dope. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have a few more people. Yeah, hopefully I have some people come through. Like I said, shout out to Rizzy Rocket. That's a dude I was trying to reach out to, man. I really like that dude's energy. You know what I'm saying? So we like to bring that. It's gonna be a good joint because I'm gonna be on the wheels spinning. I'm playing old school, straight old school '90s. That real, grimy you know, shit that we ain't gonna be able to hear, in the regular, spots or whatever, yeah. And also, I'm at the Golden Opportunity showcase. That's tomorrow in Harvard Square. You have to hit me up for that exact address too. It's on Mount Auburn Ave, I think. Shout out to my man, Tri Brother DQ. That's the Golden Mic Opportunity, Golden Opportunity Showcase. I'm sure it's on my page somewhere. I'll try to send out the links or whatever. But that's gonna be dope. I seen a lot of dope performers gonna be there too. About 10 different performers. It's in like a house over there over there in Harvard. The way it's set up, like you can rent it out. It's just dope. It's dope, real dope. MStylez, you would love to perform in that spot too. And the spot tonight. I've been trying to reach out to you because I wanted to see what you was doing tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
I wanted you to come through.
I would love to, but the only thing is I have my daughter tonight. And then tomorrow, we're actually, me and Heavy and all of us are doing a photo shoot.
Oh, word! Shout out to Heavy too.
Yeah, shout out always to Heavy. And
he said he was gonna. He said he was gonna hook me up with the. He wanted me to come down and do the first Sundays at the Social Sundays.
Yeah.
At Ontane. What's that? 31 India Street.
Yeah, that's
Boston,
where the on next Sunday is gonna be the video shoot. So.
Yeah. So I think the first one I was gonna do definitely. I'm supposed to have something down there on April 7th, which is my birthday. So.
All right, word.
Yeah, look out for that.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah. I'm trying to go in.
You want to introduce your song?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Let's play some MStylez.
All right,
we're gonna. Bean Girl.
So yeah, we're gonna play my song, "Bean Girl Vibe."
I met you. You did this song when I first we did the Yvette had to join in the Greek spot. We used to go to. Yeah. That was dope. So
thank you. That was my first performance in 10 years.
Intro the song.
Alright, so we're gonna be playing my song, my first song that I ever wrote and recorded 3 years ago. It is MStylez Bean Girl Vibe. Yeah!
I love it. Hey. Nice.
You just have to get your picture out here.
Thank you. Oh, we're gonna take a picture now?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yo, come walk with me.
We'll be right back, people.
Ooh, what's the word, radio? I gotta upload me some music to upload. What's up? Who's uploading up to What's the Word Radio?
That's a good question.
Oh, let me find out.
Yeah.
They got What's the Word Radio up in here?
We're about to have to get it popping.
Let me find out, man. Let's go ask some questions. We're gonna ask some questions. Yo, what's up with What's the Word Radio? On SoundCloud.
What?
What's up with What's the Word Radio on SoundCloud?
I don't know what that
I just
means.
seen it. That's how you playing the music. It says What's the Word Radio.
Okay.
Y'all got a channel? You
I
uploaded
guess
some
so.
music?
I guess so.
Yeah.
But you know what? That means I could probably put the radio shows there, right?
Right. If you got a thing.
Yeah, all we do is, hey guys, Nicole.
We gotta take this picture real quick. I'll give you all the behind the scenes since I was a little late.
Oh, mad you still
Hold on, let me button
Yeah, we
this
taking a
pants.
selfie. Uh-oh, I'm giving you the behind the scenes. Button and pins.
Well, I had
Do you
to.
mind, do you mind taking a picture, please? Yeah. Okay, I can't.
Which means yes, he does mind.
I know,
But it's all
I
good.
put the kids.
Love
That-
it.
You just
Your
gotta get
arm-
in close.
No.
Yeah, dude.
It's perfect.
Nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Stuart.
Perfect.
You want me to? Y'all want some now?
I'll take it.
Okay. Big old forehead right there. Okay. Okay, you good? You good, Jono?
I think so.
It's just behind it. And you know we are live. We're live over there. Okay.
Peace. Look at
Your daughter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yvette's leaving us. She's leaving us to our own vices.
I'll see you. Oh yeah, I'm
She's
not
leaving
gonna
us
see
to our own
tomorrow night.
vices. She's about to get
Remember,
crazy.
next Sunday.
She's about to get crazy. When Yvette leaves, we go wow. We get buck wild.
Don't have Stuart call
Where
me.
the hell are you going, Yvette?
Don't have
You got a date?
Date.
You got a dizzy? You got a diggity? Okay then.
Yes, you do.
No diggity, no
Okay.
doubt. Play on, player.
Alright. You wanna are we in this? It doesn't
Huh?
matter.
What you want from me?
Nothing.
What you want? What you want?
Back. Oh, where's my headphones? Look at my headphones.
That's yours.
Word, we're back. What's the word radio? That was
Dope.
our beautiful co-host MStylez coming with the flavor.
Oh, thank you.
What is that? What's the name of that song?
Hold on. Why? What are we playing next? I'm playing.
No.
Oh, what we doing?
Your song.
Is that your oh that's your SoundCloud?
Oh yeah, that's my SoundCloud.
Okay, so people can find that on your SoundCloud.
Yeah, you can find me at basically SoundCloud.com whatever m.stylez.
Word. And we got another guest up in here who's doing some music, right? My man Keet Kolbang from the fabulous Beanstalk crew, which I'm also a part of, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a little bit of nepotism going on up in here. You know what I mean? But it's a perfect time because they just dropped I say they, but let me just say we. You know what I mean? Just to keep it like stop trying to throw everybody off the trail because it's nothing to hide, you know what I mean? It's all, you know, what we do. But we just dropped 2 projects in February. One was Beanstalk UKKK, right? Which is you know, on all platforms. Yeah, it's on all platforms or whatever. And
You Ku Klux Klan.
yeah, hey, you're gonna explain that in a second. And the other one is my man, one of the artists from Beanstalk, Jay Boogie Boss, just dropped his mixtape Roses 3. It's in a a series of mixtapes that he's been dropping for the past couple of years. So he's dropped his 3rd one. So right now we got Keet Kolbang in his house. I just introduced him, but introduce yourself.
I'm Keet Kolbang. I'm a member of Beanstalk Records. Like you said, we just dropped a couple of projects. Just trying to stay busy, coming up with different ideas. It's basically trying to flood the scene because right now, it's a whole bunch of things going on. A lot of people doing stuff, and we're doing stuff too. So if you ever see Beanstalk, you ever want to hear some good music, or you ever want to, check out a video or 2 or whatever, just make sure you definitely check out Beanstalk on all platforms, SoundCloud, YouTube, Dat Piff. What's the other one? What's the
Reverb Nation?
Reverb Nation?
Nah, we don't rock with them.
Yeah,
Why? What's up with Reverb Nation?
What's up with Reverb?
I don't know. It's been around for years. You know what I'm saying?
You might have something on there.
We do got something on there, but I don't look at it or tell you. You know, like I've never.
I
heard
honestly use Reverb Nation. It's good for statistics.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, for the analyticals, I use it for.
See, because a lot of those other things now are like giving you all those same like analyticals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? Some people go on Reverb Nation for different things.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to do is I just go through all of them and do all the analyticals. Like I have a book of all the different places because that listen to my stuff, whether it be countries, states, whatever. I have them all in different categories. And then because like when you upload your stuff onto media platforms like Spotify, iTunes, you can target certain countries, certain states, all that. So what I do is I go through and I say, hey, this country's been playing it the most.
Right.
Switzerland likes it. Amsterdam likes it.
Right.
So I'm going to target those countries because those countries, chances are, going to play me for 30 seconds or more, and I'm going to get paid.
Right.
So that's just my little, advice to you. If you're going to try to, you want to kind of like target your music a certain way. Is that?
I'm sorry.
Is that the lady from the Golden Girls?
What is that? That's your first. That's the cover of the first
Yeah.
The first
Is that what's her name?
Last week.
Is that Rose from the Golden Girls?
Yep, it is.
Oh, okay, because I was like, thank you for being a friend.
Let's play one of these songs. So
Yeah, let's play a song
together. You know, go to the top. Go to the top. Yeah, start with the top. Yeah,
I was like, it just caught my attention. Like, is that Rose?
Yeah, I was
play that first.
down,
Play the first. Play that gelato.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll start with that.
That's off of Road 3. That's J Boogie Boss. He's a little YG out the crew, but he definitely he got an old mind, so he fits right in with us. So
That's what's
this
up.
is Gelato.
I think gelato's pretty good.
Yeah, that shit loud as fuck. Fuck that.
I'm glad it wasn't until you said smell it. That's loud. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
gelato is some good shit.
Right.
yo,
Good show before I expose myself.
yo. What's that, nigga? What you smoking on?
And I'm smoking on gelato, nigga. If time is money, then my life is a Movado, nigga. And you know I got my chopper, nigga.
So yeah, when we come back, man, just explain that album or whatever. We're gonna try to play as many joints as possible. You know, explain him having his project, your project, and just go into it. You know what I mean?
Second chance now. She's worth a milli, he might pull up in the lamb now. Niggas got on 20 chains, but they don't even stand now.
I don't hear anything
They
when you
try
on
to get
headphones.
me, but that shit ain't really playing now. Every time I make deposit, shit like 20 bands now. Letter from the IRS, I'm dodging Uncle Sam now. Her she do
Yeah, here now.
I got her popping Zans now. Body overheating, got her sitting by the fan now. All this fucking work got me feeling like the man now. Only pounds up, I don't even sell no grams now. And I'm smoking on gelato, nigga. If time is money, then my life is a Movado, nigga. Bro, and you know I got my chopper, nigga.
It's because it's the
grown man, broker than my daughter, nigga. Damn, gotta keep my distance from these niggas with their hands out. Bitches get dependent when they see you making bands now. Since she used to hate me, wanna give me second chance now. Shit worth a milli, he might pull up in now. Niggas got feelings, I don't got too many friends now. Funny how they frontin' since I started making ends now. Niggas think they stuntin' cause they pulled up in the Benz now. That's his baby mother car, these niggas just pretend now. Money, young Kardashian, my bitches look like Kim now. Got a lot of hoes, she be thinking I'm a pimp now. Walk up in the club and I'm paying bitches rent now. All I know is dollars, man, my life don't make no sense now. And I'm smoking on gelato, nigga. If time is money, then my life is a Movado, nigga. Bro, and you know I got my chopper, nigga. Lot of grown men, broker than my daughter, nigga.
5:49.
Gotta keep my distance from these niggas with their hands out. Bitches get dependent when they see you making bands now.
Yeah, what,
Since she used to hate me, wanna
yeah.
give me second chance now. Shit worth a milli, he might pull up in the lamb now.
Above Us will be the next one. Keep going down. It'll say Above Us.
Ain't on there no more.
You gotta see the show. What a performance.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, you can see how a white girl can fall for him.
What?
Well, I mean, not me. I'm just saying, like, you can see how some girls could, you know, like that Swedish girl.
Well, would you condone that stuff? Easy.
Good fellas.
I make sure I wind up kissing fucking that Keet Kolbang.
Well, the good fellas at the casino.
I think that is good fellas.
Once you said it, I was like, oh yeah.
You won an Oscar for that, bro.
What you're saying, but you have to watch watch out sometimes how you say things. You know, people get the wrong impression. Okay, that's where you alone now, and I understand what you said. You guys know.
Dream in color. I want it for all of my brothers. This for all of my sisters. This going above us. Roll rough, hard on the come up. I remember everyone down us. Now everyone's bossed up. Even you want something out of us. Well is the bankroll, 7th major, got the drum roll. Girl leg on my ego. I don't care about your fat ass show. Don't wait a short stretch. It gotta be your magic lasso. Gil Gadot, you a Wonder Woman and I am an asshole. Attitude, give me pass go. You still pump the gas, bro. These hybrids, they run off charge though. This that future game. I'm keeping it Gucci, man. I'm just giving
Do you have any other times where you have any shows or anything that you want? Like hit me up.
Absolutely.
It's just child care.
I was running. I knew that, and I was running around. I mentioned it to Yvette. I don't know if she mentioned it to you. I mentioned it to her last week, and I was like, oh, because I knew that. I was like, I know you gotta, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything's straight. Same thing with me. You know what I mean? But
yo, anytime in the future, just let me know.
Absolutely.
I try to always pick up everything that comes at me. So.
I want it for all of my brothers. This for all of my sisters. This going above us. Roll rough, hard on the come up. I remember everyone down us. Now everyone's bossed up. Even you want something out of us. Dream in color. I want it for all of my brothers. This for all of my sisters. This going above us. Roll rough, hard on the come up. I remember everyone down us. Now everyone's bossed up. Even you want something out of us. What the hell are you looking for? Can a black man get money? Shop at the Gucci store. Stay a little bit, then leave with toe bags for his honeys. I never go stag. What the fuck's that? All my bras got jet lag. Ain't traveling with no blue balls or bronze on that red rag. And definitely no RuPaul's or Me Too in their hashtags. Nigga, my Joneses is too tall. I'm slam dunking y'all false flags. 101, not 1 and 3. The divine vine, beanstalk, that's the LLC, which means 1 for you, 1, 2 for me. Creative juices flow fluidly. No alarm clock, so you overslept. Meaning no class, and that's truancy. I wake up like there's a grip to game. You stay vain inside the picture frame. Can't maintain the same for days. They complain about just pinky rings. Shit. We pulling out guns while the white man crowdfund.
Well, I mean, because we only got what? 5 minutes, right? So you probably can talk and then play one more song on the outro. So we're gonna come back after this, just talk, say what we have in the shows, and then we can play Sunday Money. Huh?